Alright, let's get out of the way. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment if you'd like. This might be the best anime of this season. Do you feel like your bosses have overworked you? Or are you someone who doesn't like the way that their life is? Well, Zom 100 is for you. Akira feels the same way. He's fucking overworked and he's done with it. He doesn't want that shit anymore. I mean, at first, he got his dream job. They put him in the production team and he felt great. He introduced himself and everyone else was friendly around him. So on his first day, he's feeling like $1,000,000 because he gets his own desk, he gets to talk to people that like the same thing he does, and, coincidentally, he bumps into the only girl in that studio. He knows love at first sight. He already knew that this girl was his type. The only strange thing is that she says she's from accounting and she points over there, towards the camera, and I think POV were her desk. And since he made friends on the first day, they go out for drinks. And Akira came from a really good university and he also is part of a rugby team. He doesn't look like he was in any sports because he's very thin looking, but maybe in Japan they don't really have that much muscle. If you're in any sports, let me know in the comments below, or if you're in a sport. Does he look like he was in any type of sport? So he's having a great time having beer, talking to his friends, and even the cute girl gives him a stare. So after a long night of drinking, finally he says, "See you guys later, I'll see you tomorrow." And they take out their tags and they say, "Let's get back to work." At this company, they don't stop working until they finish whatever project they're in. I don't know if I would ever do anything like that. Would you? Let me know in the comment section below. So he has to stay there for 2 whole days and sleep on his desk. And finally, after the 2 days, he goes home and he's so tired and he walks home like a zombie because his life is basically dead. So even though he got a full night's of rest, at 6 a.m. he has to wake up and he still feels sleep deprived. That's when he figures out that the workplace is a place where you just work all day and you have no social life. So have it really quickly and says, "You know what, but this is my dream job," and he gets ready for work. It's just a bunch of cope, to be honest. Then he starts naming off all the things that are positive, like they pay for your vacations or they give you time off. And I'm not sure if this is sad or just stupid that they think it's a competition if they stack their hours and whoever has the most can brag about it. I mean, 150 hours? 200? Maybe 300 fucking hours? And I get it, it's a great position and all, but still, that's fucking sucky. Plus their supervisor is just yelling at them every time they do something that's not in the plan. Or even if they mess up just a little, he just opens his big fat mouth. I mean, the employees are already turning to rot because they're eating complete shit. Now that Tendou has worked there for about 2 years, he's already feeling the effects of feeling like shit. When he gets home, he's super tired, and when he gets to his work, he has to finish other people's job because someone has to do it, and they don't give him enough time to complete it. They say by the end of the week, or this man will just yell at him. And his supervisor isn't even nice. When he walks away after telling him that he has to work super damn hard, he says, "What a useless piece of shit. I wish we had harder workers." And so at that point, just like anyone else would feel, I wish a missile would just land on this office and kill me. Until Miss Ootori comes with lunch, because he didn't have lunch at all that whole day because he worked through it. And sometimes that's just the medicine. Get a cute girl to tell you anything and bam, headache solved. And to Tendou, this makes the world so much better. He even has a crush on her, obviously. And at that moment when he tells us that he likes her, the boss calls over Ootori, probably for discussing the next project or something like that. And so she goes inside of the office and let's just say this might be her husband. Or this is how she got the job that she has now. Either way, this is complete trash and he's thinking of why he's even working here anymore. So he goes home at night and he's walking away like a zombie and he says, "Maybe this should be my last day." But he remembers that there's worse companies and it can just go downhill from here. I don't know the job market in Japan, but if he stays really negative, then he won't get anywhere. So now it's his 3rd year there. He gets a meeting with someone who says that they want to change the whole script in just 1 day. And he says, "But we already hired all the actors and there's too many things in this and the guy doesn't care or he'll cancel it." These fucking people, I hope they don't exist. And then the supervisor just keeps screaming at people and he's getting really nervous, so he finally breaks. And that's when he actually contemplates whether this should be his last day, in fact. I mean, someone get him to a hospital because this man's crazy now. What he likes to do after being treated like shit, he likes to go home and watch people talk about how people are being treated like shit. He's obviously disassociating and he thinks he doesn't work for anyone anymore. And he has lost all color of life. He just feels like everything is black and white. He gets up every morning and complains about how his work is terrible and then his room just is filthy. And the only thing he can hear is the supervisor yelling at him. I mean, this guy's suffering from crazy burnout. And I'm sure the suicidal rate in Japan is at an all-time high. And this is fucking why. People are already doing work for your business. Why do you have to yell at them for not doing it perfectly? So before work, he goes to the manager's office because he forgot to pay a bill. Except when he goes inside, there's something really strange about these people. They seem to be very hungry or they're making out or something. But no, they're actually fucking zombies. And the main character is so out of it, he's not even thinking this is strange. The moment I see a zombie, I'm fucking tearing off. Good thing this guy is super fast because he's in rugby. And it takes a door to hit him in the face for him to figure out that these people are zombies. So he's running up the stairs and he says, "But I'm gonna be late for work." Until he hits the door and goes outside, and for some reason his whole world flips. He says, "Finally, I'm free!" And I'm not sure, maybe it's adrenaline, but somehow he jumped off the roof and fell all the way to the ground without breaking a leg. Not having to work made him into a fucking superhuman. He's probably the most glad person to run away from zombies to ever live. He must be fucking confident that he won't get bitten, or if he gets bitten, it's whatever. At least he won't have to live through this shit anymore. So he jumps over a gate, and somehow he gets enough space between them that he can just lay on the ground, be smiling, thinking about all the shit they could do, like day drinking, watch a sports game, or read a manga or something. Then he thinks, alright, now I have to do something. And he says, I don't give a fuck that she's the side chick of some boss. I'm gonna go tell her how I feel. If you went through the same thing he did, would you go tell someone your feelings? I fucking wouldn't. Leave a comment down below your thoughts. So he dashes his way on his bike all the way to her apartment because he saw on some file that it has her address and her apartment number. And while he's dashing through the streets, you can see all the zombies, and they're still doing the same thing they would have if they were human, and this guy crashes into one. And he's fucking surprised, did I hit a human or did I hit a zombie? So he finally gets to Miss Ootori's room, and I'm thinking, wait, there's a second door that has not been closed. There's a reason why they're zombies and they got attacked, because they don't close their fucking doors. So he looks down and he sees her shoes and the boss's shoes there too, and he's like, fuck. And he sees the boss coming out of the room, and he doesn't look any different. So he finally has the courage to say, and very politely, do you have a minute? I've been thinking about this for a while now. I feel that there's not enough time for me to do things that I want to do. And some days I think, why am I even working? So, it pains me to say this, but so in the most polite way, he says, I quit. And he finally sees Miss Ootori, but unfortunately, she's a fucking zombie, because her boss probably touched her. And to be honest, she doesn't look any more different than she usually does. She probably looked like that on the inside anyways. So even though he came to see her, now he's running away from her, and he's also running away from bad relationships. So he starts thinking he could die any day, so he goes inside a 7-Eleven, and he grabs a notebook and a pen, and he starts writing down a bucket list of what he wants to do before he dies. Question of the day, what are your top 5 bucket list items? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Peace.